Hello everybody and welcome to Moto2's British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. Today so far we've had Moto3 and then the Premier Class MotoGP. Now in around about 4 minutes time we'll be underway for the remainder as well. All set to go for what will be the main class of the day, the Moto2, because there's so much on the line here. Pedro Acosta leads the championship. Femini Agura starts in second. Then we see Zonta van der Goldberg as well. In terms of Brit Watch, Sam Lowe starts 9th, and after crashing in qualifying, started 11th until the stewards realised that he set his fastest time when he was off the bike across the line. Jake Dixon, winner last time out the Dutch Grand Prix, starts 15th, but can come through to take a race win. Alongside me, making his Moto2 commentary debut to sort of tick another thing off the list of things that has been done, is Josh T. And Josh, I'm going to start by asking you as well. You won the NASCAR coverage last night as well for Xfinity. Was it a late one? And how it sounded like it was dramatic as what you were talking to me off air.
Yes, 7 Corsons, 7 lead changes among 6 different drivers. Let's just say in stage 1, every single, so all 3 of the Joe Gibbs Racing cars were in a line together.
Yeah. And
they all spun out.
Okay.
So they just had one massive crash together. So the whole Joe Gibbs Racing and then a car, it hit the number 77 of Carson Host for one of the cars. An exhaust went, a hot exhaust went absolutely flying across the track.
Yeah.
And then one of the Joe Gibbs Racing
There's always one, isn't there, to spoil
went
it
to
for
go
everyone.
win.
Yes.
For the 5th win of their season. And the 200th win, so the 5th win for that driver in one season. And the 200th win for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Okay, what a 250, 200th for Joe Gibbs. Okay, fantastic. This is just unbelievable in the NASCAR Xfinity Series as well. You can catch all of that on our partners at USRN on their YouTube channel as well. Right here, what are we going to see? So much. There's Philip Salak starting 11th on the grid. So much interest as well. Moto2, sometimes described as the boring class. But so far today, we've had a fantastic Moto3 race. An absolutely epic race across of MotoGP. Let's hope that Moto2 doesn't disappoint. They're all lined up then on the Hamilton Straight. It's our first ever start on this line out as well for Moto2. Last time we were here, the category was still the 250cc's. Pedro Acosta on pole position after a great qualifying. What can he do? Stand back and enjoy the British Grand Prix for Moto2 here at Silverstone. It is going to be electric. The British Grand Prix returns for Moto2. Here's your starting grid. Pedro Acosta lines up on pole position. Alongside him is Femini Agura and Zonta van der Goldberg. Row 2 sees Tony Albarino 4th, Alonso Lopez 5th, Aaron Canet starting 6th on the grid. Sergio Garcia starts 7th, Barry Boltus is 8th, Sam Lowe is 9th for Great Britain, Joe Roberts is 10th, Philip Salak 11th, Justina Vietti down in 12th position. 13th on the board for Darren Binder. Somkat Chantra is 14th. Jake Dixon, our winner last time out 5 weeks ago, is 15th. Ayagura 16th. Manuel Gonzalez 17th. And Albert Arenas 18th. Jeremy Alcoba 19th, followed by Izan Guevara and Rory Skinner on Great Britain as well. Then we get Ty Hadjar alongside Lucas Tuvalik, Borja Gomez, Marcos Ramirez, Bo Ben Schneider. Then we get Noza Kane coming in as well. Alexei Escray and Dennis Foggia starting right at the back in 29th position. You can see all their names on the timing tower. 17 laps ahead of us then for Moto2 as they head off on the warm-up lap. A lot of the fans have stayed in to watch. You can see them hanging around all of Silverstone as well. Great atmosphere here. Not as many as what there is in Formula 1, but take it time. MotoGP will grow here at Silverstone, and it hasn't really been the best of the weekends, Josh, has it? A lot of wet weather, and welcome to the coverage of Moto2.
Yeah, it's the weather at Silverstone this weekend hasn't been the best, has it? But wow.
Aha!
IndyCars later.
There
Jake
you go.
Dixon, of course, won last time out, and I'm gonna have the British Superbike army come after me. The amount of times I've watched Jake Dixon around on the Superbike support classes and in British Superbikes itself, so I'm gonna go hide.
I would. It might be wise to go and hide for a little bit as well and just take a little bit of care. But so much anticipation ahead of what this race could bring. We'll be racing for 17 laps, of course. Dimas says, hi Joshua Verge, this is the final race at home for Sam Lowes before he goes to World Superbikes with Mark VDS Ducati next year. It is indeed. Sam wants to get a lot of prep in. He wants to get a race win if he can. Haven't had a British winner at home since Barry Sheen back in the 1976 British Grand Prix. No, 1981. So let's see what we can see. There's the kart tracks coming around the outside. We should get, ideally, Josh, a great race. It shouldn't be that difficult to not get a great race. There's so much interest in this field right now.
Yeah, hopefully we do get a good race, of course. Jake Dixon won last time out 5 weeks ago. He had an absolutely amazing ride. I think he gained up 21 positions or something.
Started 21st, gained up, alongside me in the commentary box was Julia, yourself and Omi for that one as well, actually. So maybe, you weren't there. It was a cracking race. Arbolino, though, leads the title by 8 points to Pedro Acosta. Jake Dixon, that win last time out, now 44 points back. Alonso Lopez, 56 points back. But Acosta leads this championship, leads this race, can lead the championship at the end of the day. They line up on the grid then. It's the final race of the weekend for the MotoGP British Grand Prix, and it's the juniors out there, Moto2's World Championship. 29 bikes will line up on the run down towards turn 1. The Hamilton Straight will become a fistful of noise with Kalex, Boskoninski, and the forward Kalex as well, and the Triumph engines as well. Green flag at the back. All eyes to the lights. The Moto2 British Grand Prix is under starters' orders. Lights on. Lights out at Silverstone. What a great start for Femi Nayagoa. Great start as well for Tony Alberino. But Pedro Acosta's going to have a little bit of a wheelie. He's going to go side by side with Alberino in towards turn 1. Acosta takes second. Looking further back. Jake Dixon's okay. So Sam Lowes. A little bit of a tap there for Borja Gomez and Marcos Ramirez. Look at Alberino. He's on the inside of Pedro Acosta. There's a car. There's a bike on the grass. That's going to be a huge accident. And that's going to be a huge one. Multiple riders down. A rider was on the grass and has taken out about 3 bikes further back. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a red flag there. It's a long lap here, 3.666 miles, but that is a very nasty accident. Literally aquaplane on the grass here, straight on. At the inside though, that is number 21 taking the lead of the race. That is Alonso Lopez taking it second, and we got multiple riders down, multiple injured. I won't be surprised at all if we get a red flag. That was nasty. Riders 23, 33, 71 and 72 crashed out. They're saying rider okay, but we can see that they're not. I'm surprised that's not a red flag.
Yep, one rider was receiving medical attention there. I saw some medics there, but yeah, that was a big crash.
It's Rory Skinner, Borja Gomez, Tiger Hadjar, and Dennis Foggia starting in the back, so he got wiped out too. Alonso Lopez leads. Good day if your name's Alonso. Then we get Femi Nayagoa, Pedro Acosta in third, Aaron Cannon fourth, Tony Alberino down to 5th position. Yellow flags are out. No sign at the moment of the red flag procedure. If we do see that, a local yellow in sector 1. Manuel Gonzalez has passed Sam Lowes, and as Alonso defends against his teammate, as well as the Beta Tools speed up bikes 1, 2, and Acosta goes to the inside of Femi Nayagoa, takes second place back. No sign of the red flag. We're getting to that part of the track where they need to stop the race. They'll have to do it soon because it is a very dangerous, fast part of the track to stop at. And if it can happen to one, it can happen to more. Sam Lowes down to 15th place. He's got shuffled down the order. So I was worried for a second he was down. Jake Dixon! He's dropped down to 20th. Don't tell me Jake's down! Jake's crashed! No! No! Dixon is out of the British Grand Prix at the same corner that he took him in qualifying yesterday. And we've got multiple overtakes in a yellow flag zone. What are you doing? There's marshals there and you're overtaking. Where's the red flag? This would be a penalty for Acosta and Ayagura and everybody else passing. Darren Binder as well. Where is the red flag? Why haven't we got it? And out goes Jake Dixon. Where's the red flag? What was going on? They're overtaking in the double yellow zone. And Jake hasn't moved since, so he's not happy.
So, let's get this right. I watch a lot of British Superbikes. Jake Dixon and Rory Skinner both come over from British Superbikes.
Yeah.
What do I do? Absolutely curse all of them.
And it's not looking too good either.
Sector 1's clear.
Oh no! Absolutely horrible. Well, this Sector 1's clear, but Sector 4, Jake Dixon's walking away, but he is out of the British Grand Prix. Sam Lowe's down in 15th place, the last points paying opportunity. This race, barely worth watching. Dixon's fight back was going to be it. It was the same part of the track he went out down yesterday. Here's the start. Excuse me, here's the start. Now, they've all crashed, Josh, but it was and Acosta's taken the lead while we watch this replay. So,
yeah, and I think it was Gomez who went on the grass and caused that.
Looking further back on the grass, so it's right at the edge of the pitch yet. Yeah, so who takes it in?
Rory just put him a little bit wide, and then he's going to hit Rory first. Yeah, Rory then took the stop and go bike down. I've had a Foggia, the unlucky guy to the outside.
You're right, it was Gomez who comes in sideways and just collects the entire rear end of the field. That was absolutely horrible as well. It negated the perfect start that Dennis Foggia had. Dixon, Skinner, Foggia all out, and there's Dixon crashing out as well in the gravel trap. Same part of the track he crashed out yesterday, of course, as well. Oh, Jake.
And it looked like when he was walking away, he was holding both of his wrists.
He wasn't his fault, he got clipped. Jake got clipped, yeah, he hit the gravel. Now, who did he get hit by? Vietti, I think. Oh, my. Alonso Lopez leads. Pedro Acosta's in second position as well. Then Aaron Canet's in third. 16 laps to go. Well, yeah, of this race. The confusion still reigning here. No, 15 laps to go. Guess what the timing screen's gone and done again? Everybody. Yeah. Once again.
What's it done?
Delayed everything by over a minute. Yeah, so I'm not touching it.
Great work.
Look at that. Pedro Acosta will lead the title by 1 point to Tony Albarino. Just one single point. Insane how much this race is moving on now. They really are challenging it as well. They want to get it as much quickly as possible. And there goes Aaron Canet to the inside of Acosta with Lopez leading through Cops Corner. Nice move. A sweet move, actually, as well. That was very nicely held and very nicely timed. So, timing screen's catching up with what we've missed. As we see, Lopez still holding on to the lead. It's down the straight, though, isn't it, Josh? That's the thing we've been seeing all day. Just the run down towards Stowe Corner. You get such a run on the hanger straight. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is absolutely unbelievable. And here we go. Couple of riders making a lunge 3 wide.
Canet on the inside line, and Alonso Lopez forced to the middle. Canet takes the lead. Incident involving Dixon and it was Darren Binder who hit him off. So Darren Binder under investigation by the stewards now. And switching back, Canet's going to get passed by Alonso Lopez. So it's a good day if your name's Alonso. Binder has been given a long lap penalty. So Binder's been given a long lap penalty for causing that collision. Right call in my book as well, as our timing screen's about to catch up perfectly. So Darren Binder, irresponsible riding, gets a long lap penalty. There goes the 54, Febrin Ayagura, overtaking Pedro Acosta. And this is not what Acosta needed. He needed to win this race, absolutely dominate it, but instead he's going to be right there with Tony Albarino right behind him as well, as he goes a bit wide. Oh, here's that crashed out. Sorry to go crash out. Someone's crashed out. Someone's dropped it at the top of the hill. Can't tell. There, it's Garcia. Sergio Garcia has crashed out of the race. And there's the confirmation flying up on your screen now. And down towards Brooklands we go. A battle for the lead. Aaron Canet on the outside line. Alonso Lopez swings through on the inside. Retakes the lead of the race. So it was a little bit of a 2x2. So, closing up. Go on, Josh T.
It looks like Garcia was in either the top 10 or top 15. Dropped down massively.
And Garcia has officially retired from the race. So yeah, and oh, hang on, that's another one. Is that Garcia? I can't quite tell. Yes, it is Sergio Garcia in the number 11 bike.
Well, it's been a chaotic British Grand Prix, and it sounded like it was for MotoGP as well.
So closing down again, Aaron Canet from Alonso Lopez will keep it through. Jake Dixon's crash has now been confirmed as and it was a penalty going, so it wasn't his fault at all. Not really surprised, they weren't going to give it to him anyways. Costa makes the move back up and into P2, passing Alonso Lopez. It's a classic race then. We are actually getting some decent running. I'm surprised. I thought we might get a little bit of a slow run. Turns out we're not. Acosta's trying to go on the outside line as well. Getting a little bit messy between the two of them. Just breathe, everybody. Take your time. You don't have to go in all at once to make sudden maneuvers. Just breathe. And I think that's what they're not doing, Josh, T, as well. They're all just panicking a little bit and going, oh, this is going to be a bit more chaotic than we actually think it is.
Yeah, it looks like it. Just got to keep calm and
carry on.
Hopefully, yep, keep calm, carry on, and hopefully.
Yeah. Contact on the inside line, and that's going to be Acosta going wide. Acosta losing out 3 positions. And Acosta back down. Sam Lowe's back up to 12th position. Acosta also having to sit up on the bike as well. So he's taking multiple opportunities to try and make sure the bike's okay. Down the straight we go then. In towards Brooklands on the inside line. Acosta going for the move to get back ahead of the 54 Feminine Agora and makes the move stick. Nice little lunge. Aaron Canet leads, being chased by Alonso Lopez. And then Pedro Acosta, Feminine Agora, all coming in. The race again, I think, changing complexion. 5 of 17, 13 to go. Cross the line. Humidity's risen actually at the track, by the way, if you're wondering. That's why the track temperature is skyrocketing right now. And once again, everyone just being as patient as they possibly can. Nobody wants to lose out on negative positions and plus positions. So just take it one step at a time, one moment at a time. And we can see where we go. FIM stewards have said incident turn 3 involving Foggia, Hadar, Skinner and Gomez to be investigated after, well, reviewed after the race as Acosta tries for second position, doesn't get through. Binder has completed his long lap penalty, so that's a thumbs up there as well as the field continue to try and charge through down the backside. It's actually looking quite competitive now, you've got to say. I'm a lot more enjoying of the fact that this race is competitive once more.
Yeah, this race has definitely been a good one as we come across the line under the bridge now on the Hamilton Straight to mark another lap completed and starting another lap with 12 laps to go in the gap out front. It's just over 7, well, just under 8 tenths now.
So it's closing in once more, exactly how we needed it to show, exactly what it needed to do as well. Just stay a little bit calm and a little bit energetic. This race will come to you. They've just got to give it a little bit of patience, and then we can have the exciting end that we all want in this MotoGP World Championship. I'm just hearing through my ears as well that there is actually some more exciting racing coming, so do not leave the room if you are planning on it. Let's open up the battle computer as well, just so that we can get one of the MotoGPs off. So it might speed up the computer a little bit. Yeah, massively does speed up the computer, which is great news. So it is Aaron Canet leading the race, as you can tell on your timing screen. So I'm going to go to window projector. Yeah, you can all see that perfectly now as well as we move up. This is our battle computer screen. Shows you all the runners, apart from Dennis Foggia, who's not there, so I'll adjust that in a second. But Canet leads by 7/10 of a second to Alonso Lopez. So I think, Josh, they've just got to sort of hold their nerve a bit more, and then it will start to come to them as well throughout this race.
Yep, that's what racing is about. It's about attacking, but it's also just waiting, and here we are. That's very close through Maggots, Beckett's, and up through Chapel. We're on board with Acosta. Anybody
fancy a little bit of a late lunge manoeuvre? And Acosta's trying to come back through on the inside line, and he's literally rubbing his racing and goes through. And Acosta back up to P2, Josh T. Nice positions, constantly being gained in this race. And I've just got the feeling that it's not going to be over. I've got this feeling that there's something we've missed, that it's going to provide like a whoopsie-daisy moment in this incredible battle we've been seeing throughout this race so far.
Yeah, well, 3 points is the gap for the live championship.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I forgot about
Out
that.
front,
There's a
of
lot,
course,
you know,
Acosta in second.
a lot of delta as well, still to be not falsely created, but trying to have a bit of a run for it as well. Just going to have to stay a little bit calmer in my book as well, as there's more action going on further up the field. A few of them having a few off moments as well. And I just wonder as well, Josh, just talking to you about this, which is the better package across what we've seen this weekend? Is it the Moto3 lot, or is it the Moto2? Because I think we've all had today, very thankfully, some close, fun, interesting racing. Nothing's been too boring today.
Is it time to say that I hadn't watched then second of the Moto3 race?
Oh, you haven't seen the Moto3? Okay, I
No,
thought you might have
I need to
been
watch
seeing
it back.
Yeah, well, it's a very good one when you do get a chance to watch it back as well. We're just having a bit of a camera difficulty right now up here in the comms box as well. So that's why we're slightly off air for a second. Just making sure that you've got a TV picture to actually see us all in a second. In this crazy energetic race that this is developing into here. Fingers crossed it's going to be a fun end. I'm not seeing any issues right now on the circuit to give us any bigger problems. But surely as well, if there is such thing that we need to have, like, say there's a red flag or rain coming in, we can't race in the rain, of course, they will take the immediate decision, won't they, to stop the session and as Jake Dixon walks back in. They're not going to be silly about it and then keep us all waiting, are they, for time? They will sort of go, OK, we understand this problem, let's stop it, restart it, and go again.
Yeah, well, here is a very close move, and that's the Jake Dixon crash actually, and that was that was definitely contact there, and yeah, you can see Jake Dixon
walking away.
a little bit aching after that.
He was really not happy with that,
exact
was
same
he?
place.
He was.
No.
I've never seen Jake angry. Oh, where's he going? I was wondering where he was going
Gloves.
then.
Gloves thrown on the floor there from Jake Dixon. Yeah,
Gloves
Jake
off.
Dixon. He's happy when he's happy, but he's angry when he's angry. So at the moment, I would stay way clear of Jake Dixon.
It's one of those days, isn't it? We don't know what's going to happen next. Okay, we've created a temporary screen to give you the best of everything at the moment because we've been having a few issues with the timing tower. So just the best of the best we can do right now. And Ken at the moment leading this one by 1.1 seconds. I suppose it works quite nicely actually, this screen. Sort of gives us everything we need. Although TweetDeck looks a bit crammed in, doesn't it? So I'll adjust that just quickly. It's an insane race, isn't it? I've never seen a battle so much in this race before. Like, it is closing in to be insane. There we go. You can hear the bikes battling away as well. I am still watching another monitor, by the way.
Yeah, well.
It's quieting down. I'm saying it's quieting down.
Yeah. Well, prepare for absolute chaos.
MotoGP's press conference, by the way, is clashed with the Moto2 race. So everyone who's doing the who's doing the MotoGP press conference is missing part of the race. Just a little update for you. Very bizarre situation going on. So I assume they will fix that going forward. I hope they would fix it going forward. Otherwise, it's a bit of a waste of time. So let's give you a rundown. 8 of 17, 10 to go. Aaron Canet leads from Pedro Acosta, Feminine Aguirre, Alonso Lopez, Barry Boltis. Oh, hang on a minute, maybe not, because what's happened here? Acosta's gone through. Alonso Lopez is down! No!
No.
Lopez crashes out at the bottom of the hill, and the day goes from bad to worse. That was always going to happen. No! Turn 15, and he's dropping down.
Yeah.
Stowe corner, and he's out of the race. Oh well. That's annoying.
What a shame.
Tried to keep it going, tried to keep it running, just didn't want to work, didn't want to run with it, unfortunately. By the way, MotoGP's timing systems this weekend have been utter chaos. That's why we've had to sort of throw together this emergency battle screen, because nothing has been working throughout. Aaron Kennett leads 0.8 of a second. Feminine Agura's got the fastest lap of the race as well, a 2:05.187, as you can see on your timing towers, and that's the P2. It's a great little battle camera, actually, that. Not too bad. It does look a bit zoomed in on the tweet deck, doesn't it? We'll sort that for next time.
And here is, just after the crash, down at
Feminine
the chicane.
Agura going at the inside of Acosta for second. And Acosta couldn't get on the switchback, unfortunately, so that's disappointing. He's lost out on more time, unfortunately. So we're coming to around about 2 hours until IndyCar starts. Everyone feeling ready for that? I'm not. It's going to be another crazy race, isn't it? This race should have been over by now. It's got pushed back, of course. It was supposed to start at 2:15, and they changed the schedule this morning and changed it to 2:30. So, yeah, that's why we're on here slightly later, if you're wondering. Close race. This is actually the closest race we've had all year in Moto2. And it's just the lack of pace that we can get from it as well. It's not shouty, exciting, but it is the closest race we've had this year. It's a really strange situation, as we see up the inside now as well. Joe Roberts passing Barry Boltus. Roberts made up some amazing places, up to P5 now. Started down in P14, so great job from him. No, sorry, P16 on the grid, of course. Now he goes up to P4. Great run there for the American, who won in Qatar in 2020, before everything went into COVID lockdown. Agura 2:05.036, fastest lap then over the line here on the Hamilton Straight. And Agura has paced himself now in the sunshine here at Silverstone. He's beginning to push, and he's beginning to go to the inside line on Aaron Kennett. He's been waiting for that, as I've done for the first time since Friday shines here at Silverstone. It is Feminine Agura who takes the lead. Aaron Kennett comes back on the inside line, and Aaron Kennett leads, but Agura's got the cutback coming through into Aintree. Whoops! Aaron Kennett round the outside stays in the lead of the race as we come down the Wellington Straight in towards Brooklands. Kennett can't do anything else, so he leads Agura second, and Acosta's been brought back into the fight now. Good race. Very good race.
Very good race indeed, and we've still got 8 laps to go of the Moto2 British Grand Prix. And we're coming out of Woodcote now, down the National Pit Straight.
Look at Acosta getting on the inside line. Thought about a little move there. First time this weekend I can remember seeing proper sunshine. Friday was cloudy. Saturday it was raining. Sunday's nice and dry. Look at that. It's actual sunshine at 3 o'clock. Well, this is the start time for Formula 1, isn't it? 3 o'clock. This is usually when the green light goes on anyway for Formula 1, so it's all perfectly fine. And MotoGP is going to end at this golden time. They have not really adjusted it at all.
No.
Still, I didn't mind the extra hour in bed this morning. That was very nice. Thank you. Instead of having to get up at 7, I got up at 8. So that's not too bad at all. And there goes Agura on the inside down the Hangar Straight, gets ahead. Aaron Kennett rear the bike, stepping out a little bit as well. But it is Feminine Agura taking the lead into Stowe. And can Acosta come back in at Vale for second on the inside line? No. So Agura takes the lead here at the British Grand Prix for Moto2. A World Championship event, remember this one. Across the line we come on the Hamilton Straight. 7 laps to go. And there's now, I think, Josh T, a little bit of tension in the air. There's so much that could go wrong in this remainder of the race.
Yep, there is, with 7 laps to go. Well, the more laps that are completed, the less laps there are to the end. That's definitely a Will Buxton quote, if I've ever seen one. But yeah, they've just got to keep pushing, and well, the more laps that are completed, the less laps to go, and the more the riders have to push.
Keep on the maximum attack, keep on the push, see where you can go. And there's a rain cloud just coming in over the side of Luffield that we're seeing here. They love Silverstone. It's a flat circuit as well, so it helps them get the grip on better. And it really pushes them to do better as well. Down the National Straight. Agura's pulled out a 0.3 advantage now in towards Copse Corner. And Aaron Canet has been told to drop 1 position for overtaking under the yellow flags. I thought this might come up. This was on lap 2 when they went past turn 4 under the yellow flags. Canet has now got to drop behind Pedro Acosta, and he's been told change of position, 40 plus 1. So that is Aaron Canet to drop 1 place back. So he's got to let Pedro Acosta through. Insult to injury there, Josh T. But it was overtaking under the yellow flags. He had to do it.
Yeah, that was definitely overtaken under yellow flags. Quite dangerous as well with the amount of riders down and the amount of bikes. But there we go.
Yeah, he's done it. There we go. On the inside. Do that one more time and you'll get a bigger penalty, Sunshine. It was kind of inevitable that was coming, unfortunately. It was a mistaker. What a mistaker to maker in the running order here at Silverstone. As well, we're just getting that graphic back up for you as well so that you can see it up here in the commentary box. In this very bizarre Grand Prix at Silverstone, which is giving us more action and energy than we've seen in a long time in this championship. Fingers crossed, hey Josh T. It's going to be a nice end to the race and not, you know, all bam and crazy. There we go.
Massive twitch there. And here is lap 2 for turn 3. This is...
Yeah, look, yellows are out.
Yeah, yellows are out.
And
they go straight up the inside.
Yeah, it's past him. So, yeah. Canet's dropped 1 position completed, according to the stewards. You can now see that below me and above Josh, in between. So, official information, Canet to drop 1 place. And that has now been completed. So, that has now cost him 2nd place. We'll go down now and try and fight it for 3rd.
And... there's a massive twitch for Acosta going through farm. And, well...
Oh, Canet's going to have a fight back and Acosta in towards Cop's corner. Nope, Acosta twitches at the back. But you can't repass just after you've been passed. It's not the way that goes, unfortunately. So there will be a little bit of a race control situation going, well, you're not technically allowed to do that. So we'll either let you go with a warning or we won't do it at all. You just sort of pick your poison as to what doing that. It's the rule that got brought in as well a couple of years ago after the long lap penalties debacle. Actually, here at Silverstone last year when the long lap used to be at the loop. Yeah, the long lap penalty here used to be at the loop. Now that's turn 4. They've moved it to be the same as British Superbike. So it's at the exit of Luffield, which makes it a longer one.
Still didn't understand why the long lap penalty was in a different place to where it is permanently marked on the circuit.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? Even Formula 1 can't go over that line. That line defines the track limits. So Costa has to shut the inside door as we just saw Aaron Canet sort of lunge up the inside line going, okay, let's see how you like it for this manoeuvre, going through on the inside and just sort of throw it up with a lot more problems. They've got to take the care now. They can't just start throwing it away. They've got to stay at least partly consistent, partly energetic, and not just keep all these errors and all these incidents. As they fly through once more. 5 laps to go here at Silverstone. Come on. Where's the action we want to see? The drama. Let's go down to the pits.
First lap. First of all, are you okay? And tell us what it felt like from your point of view.
It's clear. Honestly, sometimes I don't understand what this guy's doing. He clearly see that I'm past him. Use your brain. I'm faster than you. I'm going to pull us forward. Don't ram me. Because you've just... Like, you're going to listen to this and you've ruined my championship. You ruin everyone's championship, mate. You're an absolute idiot. I'm absolutely raging because we put so much hard work in. I made the mistake yesterday, but he's just an absolute clown. I'm sick to death of it, mate. When you're around people like him, he should not just one long lap. Ban him. Ban him because he's stupid. He does it to everyone. How many times has he done it? I'm not just exaggerating. He does it all the time. Moto3 now, Moto2. Stupid.
I know, Jake. Obviously, it's hard for you to take. I know the effort you put in for this weekend. What's the plan now? Just get home, reset, and look forward to Austria.
Yeah, 100%. I've got nothing to lose now, so I'm just going to go out and win as many GPs as I can win.
Thanks for talking to us, Jake.
Good boy. Good boy, Jake. So hard there as well. Darren Binder, I do agree with Jake there. Darren Binder is an absolute moron on this circuit as well. He is a crasher. Darren is a crasher, and I think he has to be banned. I do agree with Jake there, because how many? Oh, when Acosta drops it coming through a club corner. That was a bit much. Canna passed him while we were listening to the interview there with Neil talking to Jake Dixon. And so Canna's back to second place, Acosta down to third. But yeah, how long is it going to take until we see Darren Binder banned? I'm not too sure. But I think that's good, isn't it, Josh? Jake Dixon giving some good, honest advice there, and good, honest, from the heart interviews.
Yeah, well, Jake Dixon, he's always been straight to the point, and he'll stay straight to the point.
Yeah.
He's been straight to the point all the way through his career as Jake Dixon, and I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. We've got a battle raging here.
Sam Lowes is 4.5 seconds away from the leaders here with 4 to go, so Sam's not going to do anything, but he is in P7 with some decent points, so very nicely done. Just got a text from my sister saying, oh, and Gonzalez has been given a track limit this morning. Just got a text from my sister saying, how long is it until the end of all the MotoGP action today? Because we're travelling that way. I said, you've got around about half an hour to get out of there before it gets very busy, because the race is over after this. And then that's it. That's better. Look at that. Everybody thought the start line was going to be at Copse Corner. So everybody's booked tickets for Copse Corner when the start line is actually now back at the other end. So everyone's booked tickets and they're like, well, it's empty at the other half of the track. I bet that'll change next year. I hope that'll change next year. Now that they know.
I also thought, right, and Gonzalez has got a track limits warning. Wasn't it like, this is the first time they've been at the international straight, well, the Hamilton straight now, for a while now, hasn't it?
Since 2012, yeah, we went there for 2 years, 2011, 2012. But yeah, but we were there for 9 years on the Nationals pit straight, and it worked well. But I must admit, I think today's race has proved that the start line can be anywhere, and we'll still get some good racing here. It's almost done. It's got darker now, hasn't it? Looking into Vale.
It's really got dark into Vale now, into the that part of the circuit, the final couple of corners. It brightens up as we go through the final corner onto the straight, but yeah, it was incredibly dark through there.
3 laps to go here at Silverstone. A long, long way to run. Oops, a lot of battling in the mid-half. This is the battle for 4th. Joe Roberts, Barry Boltus, Manuel Gonzalez, and Sam Lowes. And Gonzalez on the inside of Boltus now for 5th. Gets through. Sam's going to be there to capitalise as well. Oh, Gonzalez thought about a move on the inside line, didn't work out. Sam's going to say, OK, I'll slipstream through you through Aintree and on to the Wellington straight, and I'll pass you into Brooklyn. So how does that sound? Here he comes, look. Down the straight. Gonzalez going to go for a move on Boltus. Sam's going to get the slipstream from the pair of them, come right up there, try and go around the outside. He backed out of that move, actually, because it was a closing gap. But Aguirre's got a second over Aaron Canet now. So, Femini Aguirre is going to win his first ever MotoGP race. It's been a day of the underdogs. A first-time winner in Moto3, a second ever win in MotoGP, and now another first-time winner at Moto2. It has been a day of underdogs here at Silverstone, and I think it's absolutely perfect. Great, great race coming up. Fingers crossed, It's going to be good. 3 to go. Grand Prix of India, official host site for the welcome party. 48 days away is the Indian Grand Prix, and riders are now currently having a go because they're going to have to pay double tax. If the Indian Grand Prix happens, I will be very surprised, because it was the tax reason that Formula 1 left, because they had to pay tax in India for that race on their race fees they got.
Oh, look at that now at the live championship, only 1 point in between.
Nice.
And then 51 points back.
Yeah, Acosta will lead Acosta will take the lead of the championship to Alberina by 1 point. So
yeah,
let's
and
get better.
well, leaving Michigan quickly. Oh, gonna stop there. This is very close, and this is
Songkat Chancha trying to go up the inside line of Tony Alberino. This is over 9th position. Chancha's going to have the run. Oh, and Alberino, he drops it. off the leg as well, and through goes Songkat Chantra. Quite easily done there. Chantra's going to fly back round the outside. Arborino on the inside line, and he gets the lead. This is the championship leader, by the way. This could be crucial. He needs every point he can get, Arborino. And if Chantra takes him out to help Acosta, then blimey.
Yeah, well, 1 point separate it. No points separate the Xfinity Championship after Michigan, so it's close there, as it is as close here, but into Brooklands now through Luffield and then Woodcote, and here's the lead group with 2 laps to go, and look at that gap.
Yeah, the rain's coming in as well, so my phone's gone absolutely crazy up here in the commentary box as well, but the 1.3 seconds, perfectly run now.
Yeah, well, through Maggots, Beckett's now up through Chapel, down the Hanger Straight. We go 1.5 seconds the lead back. The gap between first and second.
Yeah, just got to keep on their attack now. Down the back straight. Rain is coming apparently. So whether it'll affect the last lap, I don't think so, but I think we've got away with a very wet day here. It started off damp this morning in MotoGP's warm-up session, dried up for the Moto3, dry for the Moto3 and GP, and then it's dry now for Moto2. Last lap the call then. Final lap of the British Grand Prix weekend for Moto2 and MotoGP and Moto3 and Moto3. It's been brilliant. Brilliant weekend. A lot of close racing, a lot of fast racing. As Aguirre leads by 2 seconds now to Canet. Acosta settling for third. And the championship lead going into the Austrian Grand Prix in a 2 weeks' time at the Red Bull Ring, where we'll have more action. Gonzalez has passed Boltus. So Gonzalez up to 5th. Barry Boltus back down to 6th position. Can Sam Lowe's get anything? Can Lowe's close up? The gap between them is 0.2 of a second, so he's still there. There's your race leader. Well, he's had a couple of seconds. Has Feminine Aguirre. Best ever finish was 4th, actually, in this series. Across Moto2, 36 starts. Never had a podium. He's had 2 pole positions. This is going to be something special for Feminine Aguirre. First ever win to come at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. He's coming out of Cops Corner into Maggots and Beckett's for the last time. Third gear, 116 kilometres an hour. Back up into Chapel and then down the Hanger Straight to top speed of 320 kilometres an hour to rev up to Feminine Aguirre. This will be another Spanish winner in MotoGP's calendar of races. Popping up everywhere, but this has been a masterclass ride. Battling with Acosta and Canet throughout the race, pulling out a 2-second gap, controlling the race. Usually Aguirre is between the two as a good rider or a crasher. Today he's proven he's a racer. Feminine Aguirre out of the last corner and wins the British Grand Prix for the first time into popping a wheelie across the line on the Hamilton Straight. A day of the underdogs here in Silverstone. A first-time winner in Moto3, a second-time winner in MotoGP, and a first-time winner in Moto2. Sam Lowe's hits the deck with P7. But it is Feminine Aguirre getting congratulated by Manuel Gonzalez. His first ever win in the MotoGP paddock as well. He's never done Moto3. But that is special. It's an all-Spanish podium as well here at Silverstone. Feminine Aguirre wins, Aaron Canet second, and Pedro Acosta finishes third. Joe Roberts is 4th. Manuel Gonzalez takes P5. That was a good race, Justin, wasn't it? It's not the classics we had, but it was a strong race and a good controlled pace.
Yep, it was a good race, and that lap 1 incident That was that's definitely questionable, and
Yeah.
it is going to be reviewed and investigated after the race. But first Grand Prix win under the belt of the number 54.
Femi Niagara brilliantly wins it, and that was a domination win as well. Interesting enough, that BT Sport haven't gone to an ad break, so they must have messed up and done that for MotoGP, and MotoGP, which Moto2 should have an ad break, hasn't had an ad break. Oh, take a seat and just relax. What a race. Well done, well done. Nicely done. Good race. Strong race as well. And then, later on, we've got all the action coming as well for the run-around of the IndyCar Nashville. That's coming up in 2 hours' time. If Josh T can stay awake. How late were you up with NASCAR anyway?
Finished around 11 p.m, but I didn't get to sleep until 2:45.
Oh, that's late.
And I would have, I was trying to go to sleep, but lo and behold, a power cut happened, and because we are right opposite a business park, alarms were going off left, right and centre.
Oh, well, that is fun. How fun. We've had that a couple of weeks ago. The alarms went off and everything was going mental across it. Everybody was up at 5:30 in the morning, dressing gowns out in the street going, is your alarm going off? Yep, yours going off too. You lost power? Yeah, everyone's lost power. How's he taking his shoe off? Is that, that's Pedro Acosta taking his shoe off. Yeah, look at that, he's taking his boot off on the bike. He's unzipped it and he's taking his shoe off. That's because of his broken ankle he's got as well. He's riding with an injury. So he's look at that, he's taken his shoe off and he's riding with his sock just to get a bit of air and cool down. I'd be terrified, wouldn't you, Josh? If you fell, you're going to break your toe again.
Yes, is that?
Yeah, I don't know if that's legal.
What are the stewards going to think about that?
I don't think it's legal to do that, is it? So Pietro Acosta will take the lead of the title now by 2 points to Tony Arbolino, 156 to 154. Very nicely done. Well, I think it's safe to say that it was a classic race. Nice. Into the paddock they come.
Oh,
and he crashed. Femi Niagara crashed in the pit lane. Ha! You can't write this stuff. You really can't. Okay, let's hand it over to BT Sport for all the action and the reaction.
But it's quite wet and slick from all the rain yesterday, and luckily his mechanic got away uninjured there, but yeah, that could have been slightly worse. He took him out by the ankles.
That's going to be sore. He's got all the adrenaline pumpkin. There's Jorge Martin down there. They obviously do a little bit of training together. There's Tony Arbolino comes back into Mark VDS garage. Marina Rossi, Sam Lowe's wife, team manager, of course, down there. There's a little consolation word for Tony, but just wasn't working this weekend.
No, but not only is it frustration in losing the championship lead and having a subpar weekend, it's when your name's been touted about for a Gresini MotoGP ride and you know there's a lot of fast riders in line for, oh, that locked up so early. So obviously, for a minute he was standing on the pegs, no hands on the handlebars, realised he was coming a bit fast and tried to slow it down in the front tire, just slid across the first layer of carpet and then took out the second.
Thank goodness everyone is okay after that one. What a day, what a day to savour your first Grand Prix victory. And in tricky conditions over the weekend.
Yeah, and obviously the track condition, as we heard on the grid, it was going to be grippy following the MotoGP race, but as we hear, it does change a little bit. You get 4, 5, 6 laps in, and that seemed to be where things really clicked into gear for Aldeguer, and he just held it together so well. Once he got to the front, setting those fastest laps and putting a nice comfortable gap in at the head of the field.
Tony Arbolino, do you think his head might have been turned with what happened is happening in MotoGP?
Yeah, it's easy. Obviously, the bright lights of MotoGP are there. You're focusing on what's going to happen next year, maybe taking your eye off the ball a little bit in Moto2, but obviously after this result, he'll take 2 weeks, reset, and come back to Austria and want to put the fight up to Pedro Acosta. He's only 2 points behind, so it's not an absolute disaster, but yeah, he'll be quite frustrated tonight.
Great day. Celebrated a lot of success over the years in that speed-up team, and it is, you know what surprised me as we see Aleix Espargaro down there congratulating him. Both Grand Prix winners here today.
That's for men with Aleix and Jorge and Ibiza for a bit during the summer break, so obviously good mates all around, and both Jorge and Aleix taking time to go down and celebrate with their young compatriot.
Well, I was going to say, speed up over the years, it's a different way to go. I was so surprised when more teams didn't go with the Boscoscuro chassis this year.
Will that change next year? Because you would take a punt on it when you see performances like this from Fermin or Alonso last year in Phillip Island.
Absolutely. So, Pedro Acosta, how much pain was he in? Let's hear what he has to say to Simon Crafar.
Pedro, after the long break, which you injured yourself during, still on the podium, leading the World Championship. How happy are you?
Happy, for sure happy. To be honest, the last 4 laps was amazing, the pain that I feel, but you know, back in the podium, just thank the team because they were super hard. Also, all the guys that was helping me during the summer, like my coach Adri, also Juan, my physio that come here, Miguel Eva from Fortuna Motorsport, everybody that at the end was pushing with me, also dedicate to this right to my girlfriend. The next Friday is his birthday. For this, you know, let's enjoy.
Congratulations.
Thank you, boys.
Yeah, not often you'll hear Pedro say that he's happy with a 3rd place, but clearly, that injury that he suffered means that 16 points, taking the championship lead. I'll have that.
Yeah, you could hear obviously in significant discomfort the last few laps, and settling for a podium and solid points is all he could ask for this weekend. Another 2 weeks to recover. We think it was some kind of training incident, whether it's motocross, flat track, supermoto. He does it all. He likes to ride plenty of machines, but yeah, he bites back, no doubt.
And he's just going to take a sit down in Parc Fermé. He deserved that rest today. So I think we're going to hear now from Aaron Canet, yet another 2nd place. When is that win going to come? But still back on the podium, you have to say.
Aaron, as your team owner said, Sito, we all know you've got the speed, back on the podium. How was today's race?
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy for be back here. You know, after a lot of races, we come back. But you know, I'm happy, but not at 100% because I mean, today was a big day for try to fight for the victory. But finally, it was so difficult with Alleguer. Now I need to work on my mentality with my mental coach. That's for sure. The first one, when I come back to the track, I will call she to work on that because I improve a lot of things during the race and nothing. Thanks to my team for all his work, and thank you to my girlfriend Rocio for his support.
Congratulations, Aaron.
15th podium in Moto2, his 11th 2nd place, and still to take a first Grand Prix win. It's got to come. It's got to come this year, hasn't it, for Canet?
Yeah, you got to say, with the speed of performance like this today, goes to another circuit and the speed up isn't there, and it's a victory. So yeah, he'd be looking to work, as he said, with his mental coach and keep pushing on strong from here.
Fermin Aldeguer has a mental coach. I think he'll be saying, keep doing what you've been doing because it's worked today. The 18-year-old takes his first Grand Prix win. Let's hear what he has to say.
Fermin, first, how does it feel to be a GP winner, but also to do it in such style? You were a class above today.
Yeah. I want to say, first of all, thank you to my team, my family, to all my sponsors, because support me from the last year. It's my time now, winning my first race and make my first podium. That is incredible. And nothing. Thank you to all the people, and I'm very happy. Really.
Huge congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go on to Nat quick.
Yeah, a brilliant performance from Fermin Aldeguer on the speed up, which we did say had looked really good all weekend here at Silverstone. First Grand Prix victory for him. What did you make of his performance?
Amazing performance. We knew the speed up was going to look after its tyres. It's a chassis that suits this track. The only mistake he made was in the parc fermé at the end of the little...
he got a little bit excited, as you would.
Got a little bit excited, but I don't blame him. But this is the race win overtake past Canet. Quite easy up the back straight, to be honest. The move was done before the brakes. Yeah, it needs to work on the wheelie. Oh, he got it up in the end. Little work on the wheelie, but fantastic. 18 years old, cool customer. Best lap of the race, second to last lap. Here you are, look. Oh,
he's down!
A bit of wet carpet, hands stood up on the bar. Yeah, hopefully the mechanic's all right, but...
He might let him off, I think.
Unbelievable race. Really, really impressive.
Yeah, what did you think, Hodgie?
Yeah, I mean, what a class act. He almost won one last year, didn't he? I think that was back in Argentina, and his form's been a bit up and down, but you've seen the talent, but wow, he controlled the race. I mean, his only mistake was obviously in the parc fermé, but you don't mind that. He'll crash every time in the parc fermé if it means he's going to the #1 spot.
And like we said, the signs were there all weekend here, weren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Fast straightaway, both speed-up bikes. Alex called it, saying that that chassis really does suit this track, but he still had to do it under pressure. Set the fastest lap on the penultimate lap. That takes some doing. It just sealed the win, didn't it? Superb.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's been under pressure as well because his teammates been out. He came in with such hype last year. Alonso Lopez has come in and won some races and really sort of put him as a #2 rider, but to come back, get that win, he's now challenging Alonso for the #1, good rivalry in the team, and to get his first win. Another fast young Spanish rider.
We've heard that one before.
We've not seen many of them, have we? But not taking anything away from him. Very impressive.
But another new winner after Jake Dixon, of course, but that wasn't to be for him today at his home race. Again, a heartbreak for him, and clearly, we heard from him, got his reaction, emotions running high. He crashed in the same place for qualifying at corner 18. How did you see the incident with Darren Binder?
Well, the problem was with the qualifying incident. He's back on the grid. It's hard to get a good start. Like I said, he needed a bit of good luck on the first lap. He's in the in that pack there. Look, there's bikes everywhere. Darren Binder, he has held his line a bit. I feel so sorry for Jake because we know the pace he had this weekend, but it was a bit harsh on Darren. It is a bit of a 50-50. If you're on the outside of someone, if you're on the outside of Darren Binder, he's not going to give you an inch. He wasn't really in front of him. They're both going for the same spot. You can't really get around the outside there. And Jake just knew his opportunity to get a good result was to try to be ultra aggressive in the first few laps, and unfortunately, it didn't work out today. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he got punched off the track. He actually nearly made it to the barrier. If you look at it, he's been hit that hard, but if you're on the outside, you have to be careful, but it's a Moto2 race, it's a first lap, it's tight. Everyone's been aggressive on everyone. As we said it before the race started, you've got to be aggressive, you've got to try and pass someone else, someone's going to try and pass you, and it's one of them. Obviously, for you, Jake, you're absolutely gutted, because you have been nudged. He hasn't made a mistake there, he hasn't fallen off because that's his fault, but... and the problem is, I guess, because Darren Binder has a reputation, his nickname's Dive Bomb Binder, he's had penalties before, and it's another incident.
Yeah, and I imagine it hurts just that little.
Onto the podium then they come. It will be, first of all, Peter Digby, the chairman of the BRDC, presents the Beta Tools Speed Up squad with their P1 award. And now third place for Pietro Acosta, our new championship leader, taking his 12th Moto2 podium and his 20th career podium. Aaron Canet in second position, taking his 15th Moto2 podium and his 32nd podium in total. But for Fermin Ayagura, it's his first ever podium and first ever win in Moto2. A great race result, and in his honour, we will hear the Spanish national anthem. cracking race and a cracking day. And now, as ever, it is champagne time! Feminine Agua wins for the first time. Aaron Canat's P2 with Petra Costa in P3. Josh T, what did you make of the the Moto2 race? First time up in the box.
Yeah, it was a really good race. Unfortunately, I was the absolute biggest curse for all of the British Superbike riders.
Yes, you were, but go on.
But yeah, so I'm gonna hide. And,
Okay,
wow.
You go and hide, and we'll have you back another time as well. My thanks to Megan and Josh and to Omi this weekend for being up in the commentary box for the races. That's it then, everybody. My thanks to Josh T, you off camera now. Well, what a weekend we have had here for the British Grand Prix for MotoGP. Friday, full of action, full of drama. Saturday, almost a washout, but certainly gave us some interesting racing. Sunday, some of the best racing we have seen all season long. For Moto3, a first-time winner. For MotoGP, a second win of a career. And in Moto2, to round out, Feminine Agua taking his first ever race win. My thanks to all of you for watching us on JB Motorsports this weekend. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time for MotoGP, coming from the Red Bull Ring in Styria, Austria. Right now, though, you can join us in a couple of hours' time. In around about 90 minutes, actually, we are go for what will be the biggest race of the year from IndyCar, because we're on the streets of Nashville and it is going to be a demolition derby. Join us then for all the action. But from Silverstone, for MotoGP, my thanks to you all. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.